For over 20 years, Judge Judy has ruled her daytime courtroom with an iron fist.
Why?
Now it's time to decide which of her many iconic moments is the best. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 best Judge Judy moments. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the funniest moments from daytime television's preeminent justice server.
The salesman from whom you purchased bootleg movies in the past and teddy bears for your 10 unfortunate children.
Number 10. Stoned guy in court.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Scott?
If you're the type who loves smoking that Mary Jane, a courtroom is probably a pretty scary environment to be in while you're high. However, it seems like that didn't stop this guy from doing just that during his appearance on Judge Judy.
Who do you live with?
Huh?
Who do you live with?
My witness?
Accused of causing damage to a woman's car, he responds to Judge Judy's interrogations rather nonchalantly, even saying he didn't understand her questions and that she was speaking too fast.
No, I'm not speaking too fast. I'm just not a fool.
He'd be charged $642 by the end of the hearing, but his smiling and constant laughter shows he might have burned one beforehand. There's always a place and a time to light some trees up, but this is certainly not one of them.
If I were your mother, I would do anything not to have you live home too.
Number 9. Judge Judy throws a paid extra out of her fake audience.
Out.
As a member of Judge Judy's studio audience, certain things are expected of you. You'll have to laugh, sneer, and occasionally even gasp. However, this paid extra took things a little too far.
You know who I'm looking at? You got my eyes?
Moments after cracking one of her signature jokes, Judge Judy found herself locked in an epic stare-down with an audience member. This bozo was apparently laughing a little too hard, and it quickly drew the ire of TV's most recognizable judge.
Out! Just go!
The look on the man's face is priceless, as he does his best impression of a deer in the headlights. Just because you're an extra doesn't mean you're safe from Judy's justice.
Perfect.
Number 8. John Lydon versus Judge Judy.
He changed his mind, and he walked out on me that night.
Not only did John Lydon, also known as Johnny Rotten, punk legend and former frontman of the Sex Pistols, appear on a 90s episode of Judge Judy, he won. How and why Lydon ended up on the show is a mystery, but that didn't stop him from stating his case in an orderly and professional way.
There's no point in me wasting money on separate individual hotel rooms when I'm perfectly able to share.
The case involved one of Lydon's former drummers suing him for breach of contract and assault and battery, charges that were ultimately dismissed. In the end, Lydon can't help but crack a joke at the plaintiff's expense after Judge Judy rules in his favor.
Fairly obvious conclusion.
Number 7. Drunk lady impression.
Why did she leave?
Okay, this one is just weird. When defendant Dr. Noel Howell is asked to present his case, he appears to be an intelligent, well-spoken individual.
Her action became so bizarre, it was hilarious at times, dangerous at times.
However, when Judge Judy asks him to give her an example of the plaintiff's drunken behavior, things get a little strange.
And she was like, why?
The defendant's impression is straight up insane, and begs the question, has this guy ever seen a drunk person before? Howell's bizarre impression was so crazy, we're amazed Judge Judy didn't immediately rule in favor of the plaintiff.
Yes, Your Honor, and it was behavior like that. I was like, Melissa, what's going on?
Number 6. Sibling rivalry.
Won't be in that house either.
Can't we all just get along? These two siblings can't seem to keep their emotions in check after Judge Judy hands down her verdict. As they begin to exit the courtroom, the sister starts hurling insults at her brother, laying down a number of hilarious quips in her thick southern drawl.
Where's Tom's tractor at?
Ma'am, step out.
The sister is a hot mess, prattling on about Tom's tractor before threatening to bust her brother.
Step
I'll
out.
bust you, dude.
The sister is ultimately escorted out of the room, leaving her brother and the rest of the courtroom in utter disbelief.
Bye, Stacy.
Yeah, bye. You won't
Bye.
be in
You
that
have
house.
a good life.
Yeah, you won't be in that house.
Bye.
Number 5. Guy with 10 kids.
Teddy bears for all your kids. What kind
Yeah.
of kids do you have?
I have about 10 kids.
The court finds the defendant cringeworthy. In the span of only a couple of minutes, this defendant claims to be the father to 10 children, of which he is uncertain how many mothers there are. He then goes on to make a horribly misguided joke, implying that one of the mothers is Judge Judy's daughter.
About 4 of them, including your daughter.
What are you talking about?
It was just a joke, man.
Finally, he tries to beat Judge Judy at her own game, quipping, "This might be your show, but it's my episode."
I'm not
This
making
might
a
be
joke.
your show, but this is my episode.
Talk about bold. In the end, it's Judge Judy who gets the last laugh, as she scolds the man like he's a misbehaving schoolboy.
Perhaps if you stayed in school a little longer and stayed out of the bedroom, you'd understand better.
Number 4, rocket science.
I saw Jen crouching down by the pool with her iPhone in her left hand, but I didn't see her iPhone.
This is a perfect example of why you should never try to defend yourself in court. Defendant Ashley Hunter is accused of pushing her friend into a pool, ruining her cell phone in the process.
She was crouching down by the pool like this.
When asked to recount what happened from her perspective, she wastes no time, accidentally admitting her own guilt in the process.
I had no idea she had her iPhone. I felt awful after it happened.
As if that weren't bad enough, she then goes on to answer Judge Judy's rhetorical question about rocket science, proving that she's not the brightest bulb in the tanning bed. It's girls like this that give blondes a bad name.
What is rocket science?
Rocket science is when the scientists find out things about space.
Number 3, twist ending.
I don't believe that she caused these injuries to herself.
You can't handle the tooth. What starts out as a seemingly innocuous case between two dental workers turns into one of the best whodunits in Judge Judy history. The plaintiff, Kenyatta Owens, attempts to sue the defendant, Angel McDaniel, after the latter reported inappropriate pictures of the plaintiff that had been posted online. The case takes a dark turn when it's revealed that McDaniel suffered injuries after an alleged altercation with Owens.
I don't answer questions, Miss Owens. Your case is dismissed.
But just when things appear to be going the defendant's way, the case ends in a twist, as Judge Judy realizes that McDaniel is lying. Remember, the case isn't over until the final drop of the gavel.
Do you have a lawsuit pending against Dr.?
I do.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Number 2, dog in court.
You want to go get the dog?
If you're looking for your feel-good moment of the week, this is it. This episode focuses on the quarrel between two people claiming ownership over a lost dog. The defendant claims to have purchased the dog from a woman on the street, while the plaintiff maintains that the dog was his, and that it had simply run away a few days earlier. However, when Judge Judy demands that the dog be brought into the courtroom, it quickly becomes apparent who the real owner is. While Judge Judy is known for handing out justice, it is rarely this satisfying or adorable.
Yes, that's you. That made me whine.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
The number somehow. Are we understanding each other?
Yes.
You're an idiot!
Number 1, the worst plea ever.
What was in your wallet?
It was $50.
Quick, what is the defendant's job during a court case? If you answered to plead their innocence, congratulations. You're already smarter than this guy. After a teenage girl claims that the defendant stole her wallet, Judge Judy asks her to list what was inside the wallet at the time of the theft.
I love it.
When she mentions that the wallet contained an earpiece, one of the defendants is quick to point out that there was no earpiece in the wallet, thus proving that he stole it. This has got to be the easiest verdict Judge Judy has ever delivered.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $500. That's what I think it's worth, madam. Goodbye.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.